In the explosive world of K-pop, where talent meets relentless ambition, one voice is rising above the rest, illuminating the path for aspiring artists everywhere. Meet EJAE, a name that's not just echoing in the halls of SM Entertainment, but also captivating hearts across the globe. With each note she sings, she tells a story of resilience, creativity, and a relentless pursuit of dreams. But how did this young artist, who once faced the harsh realities of rejection, transform her struggles into a beacon of hope for many? Today we dive deep into the mesmerizing journey of EJ, the voice behind the sensational K-pop Demon Hunters, and discover what it truly means to rise from the ashes in the competitive world of K-pop. From a tender age, EJAE was immersed in a world of melodies and rhythms. Picture this: a 5-year-old girl standing in her living room, belting out the latest K-pop hits with the kind of enthusiasm that could light up the darkest of rooms. It was in these innocent moments, where her pure passion for music began to shine, that her journey truly started. One day, while humming along to a catchy tune, her uncle overheard her and was struck by her talent. "I think she should be a singer when she grows up," he declared, a suggestion that would lay the foundation for EJA's lifelong dream. As she grew older, her love for music only intensified. Karaoke became her refuge, a place where she could experiment with her voice and express herself freely. This fervor drove her to audition for various talent shows, each attempt bringing her closer to her goal. But it wasn't just about the spotlight. It was about the journey, the thrill of chasing something bigger than herself. Each audition, each song she sang, was a stepping stone toward her aspirations. Fast forward to 2003, a pivotal year when EJ's dreams began to take shape in a way she had only imagined. At just 11 years old, she was accepted into the prestigious SM Entertainment, one of the most influential music labels in Korea. It felt like a fairy tale being part of a world where dreams were crafted into reality. However, joining SM was only the beginning. It marked the start of an arduous journey filled with rigorous training, blood, sweat, and tears. As EJA stepped into the world of SM Entertainment, she was met with an exhilarating mix of excitement and apprehension. The glitzy halls of one of K-pop's most prestigious institutions were filled with the dreams of countless hopefuls, all vying for a chance to make it big. But for EJ, these dreams came at a cost. The training was relentless and unyielding, designed to mold raw talent into polished perfection. Each day, she was faced with grueling schedules that consisted of hours of vocal lessons, intense dance practices, and strict diet regimens. The pressure was immense, but EJA was determined to rise to the occasion. Imagine waking up before dawn, the sun barely peeking over the horizon, and heading to the studio for a full day of training. That was EJ's reality. The regime was rigorous, pushing her to her physical and mental limits. She spent countless hours perfecting her craft, learning to dance with precision and honing her vocal skills to match the high standards of the K-pop industry. It was a world where only the strongest survived, and EJA was ready to give it her all. But behind the glitz and glamour lay the harsh truths of being a trainee. The competition was fierce, with talented individuals pouring their hearts into every performance. EJA witnessed firsthand the emotional turmoil that came with the constant comparisons and the fear of failure. It was easy to feel lost in such a cutthroat environment, where one misstep could lead to being dropped from the program. Yet, she pressed on, fueled by the dreams she had nurtured since childhood and the support of her family. As the years went by, EJA's dedication began to pay off. She gained recognition for her hard work and raw talent, earning opportunities to participate in various projects and performances. However, the path was not without its obstacles. Despite her progress, there were moments of self-doubt and uncertainty that crept in. Would she ever debut as an artist? Would all her sacrifices be in vain? These questions haunted her, but EJA found solace in her passion for music. In 2015, after years of grueling training and countless auditions, EJA found herself at a crossroads. Although she had given everything to her dream, the decision came down to a difference in vision between her and SM Entertainment. With a heavy heart, she faced the devastating news that she had been dropped from the label. In that moment, it felt as if her entire world had crumbled. She had dedicated the better part of her teenage years to this dream, and now it felt like she had let down her younger self, the girl who had always believed she would make it. The emotional fallout was profound. EJA grappled with a whirlwind of feelings, disappointment, confusion, and an overwhelming sense of loss. I felt like I let down 11-year-old me, she reflected, recalling the countless hours spent preparing for her moment in the spotlight. It was a sentiment many aspiring artists could relate to, the fear of failure and the weight of unrealized dreams. But in the depths of her despair, EJA made a conscious decision. Instead of succumbing to self-pity, she would channel her pain into something transformative. After the heart-wrenching experience of being dropped from SM Entertainment, EJA found herself at a critical juncture in her life. It would have been easy to retreat into despair, to give up on the dream that had consumed her for so long. But instead, she chose a different path, a path of rediscovery and resilience. It was during this tumultuous time that she stumbled upon the underground music scene, a vibrant world that would breathe new life into her artistic spirit. Imagine walking through the bustling streets of Seoul, where the neon lights flash and the sounds of street performers fill the air. This was the backdrop of EJA's new beginning. She began to immerse herself in the local music culture, finding inspiration in the raw talent and creativity that thrived beyond the polished facade of mainstream K-pop. It was here that she learned to embrace her individuality, letting go of the constraints that had once defined her. EJ's journey into the underground scene was not just about finding a new musical direction, it was also about self-exploration. With each visit to local cafes and music venues, she began to experiment with her sound. Armed with nothing but a laptop and a fierce determination, she dived headfirst into music production. She taught herself how to use Ableton, a digital audio workstation, and started creating beats that reflected her unique style. This was more than just a hobby, it was a lifeline that allowed her to express emotions she had kept bottled up for far too long. Every day, EJA would walk from her home to Hongdae, a lively district known for its artistic vibe and musical talent. She would spend hours in cafes, surrounded by fellow dreamers pouring her heart into her music. I would produce from 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. every single day, including weekends, she recalls. It was during these late-night sessions that her creativity flourished. She experimented with different genres and styles, letting her imagination run wild. The catharsis of creating music was a healing process, allowing her to confront her insecurities and channel her pain into something beautiful. As she honed her skills, EJA began to attract attention within the community. Her determination and unique sound caught the ear of Andrew Choi, a talented singer-songwriter who would soon become a pivotal figure in her career. Andrew recognized her potential and invited her to join his team. Under his mentorship, she was introduced to new opportunities, including songwriting camps at SM Entertainment, an almost surreal full-circle moment for EJA. At her first SM song camp after her departure, EJA experienced a wave of nostalgia and anxiety. Would she fit in? Would she be accepted back into this world that had once rejected her? Despite the uncertainty, she pushed through, reminding herself of how far she had come. It was during this camp that she co-wrote the song Psycho, which would later be recorded by the iconic girl group Red Velvet. The success of Psycho marked a significant turning point in her career, solidifying her place as a talented songwriter in the K-pop industry. But the journey didn't stop there. EJA faced another challenge when the COVID-19 pandemic struck, forcing her to adapt once again. The world went into lockdown and traditional methods of music production were disrupted. However, EJA's resilience shone through. She embraced the remote working environment, teaching herself how to vocal produce and record her own music from home. This adaptability not only kept her creative juices flowing, but also prepared her for the next wave of opportunities that would come her way. With the pandemic serving as both a challenge and a catalyst for creativity, EJA was about to embark on a new chapter that would redefine her career and solidify her place in the K-pop industry. The underground scene had reinvigorated her passion for music, but it was her collaboration with Andrew Choi that would propel her into the limelight. Together, they began to craft a sound that was fresh, vibrant, and distinctly their own. It was a fusion of influences that spoke to a new generation of listeners, bridging the gap between K-pop and other genres. As they worked together, EJA's confidence grew. She was no longer just a trainee hoping to achieve her dreams. She was a creative force in her own right. crafting songs that resonated with authenticity. The duo's chemistry was palpable, and they quickly became a formidable team, collaborating on multiple projects that showcased their unique styles. EJ was finally in a space where she could express herself fully, and listeners began to take notice. The turning point came when EJ was invited to participate in the production of K-pop Demon Hunters, a groundbreaking project that would make waves across social media and break box office records. The show was an innovative blend of music and storytelling, featuring a cast of talented artists and an engaging narrative that captured the hearts of fans. It was an ambitious undertaking that required her to draw on all her experiences, both as a singer and a songwriter. The moment she received the call about K-pop Demon Hunters, EJAE felt a surge of excitement mixed with trepidation. This was her chance to prove herself, not just to the world, but to the little girl inside her who had always dreamed of being a star. She poured her heart and soul into the project, collaborating closely with a talented team of writers and producers. The songs she created for the show reflected her personal journey, weaving in themes of resilience, identity, and the power of friendship. When K-pop Demon Hunters premiered, it quickly became a cultural phenomenon. Fans were drawn to its blend of catchy tunes, engaging storytelling, and dynamic performances. The show's popularity soared, breaking records and topping charts. It was a historic moment, marking the first time a female group had topped the Billboard Hot 100 since Destiny's Child in 2001. As EJA watched the success unfold, she felt a whirlwind of emotions. This was not just a personal triumph, it was a testament to her growth as an artist and the culmination of years of hard work and perseverance. But the journey was not without its challenges. With fame came scrutiny, and EJA found herself navigating the complexities of public life. She grappled with the pressure to maintain her image while staying true to her artistic vision. The expectations were overwhelming at times, but EJA had learned to embrace her vulnerabilities. She understood that her story was one of resilience, and she wanted to share that with her fans. As the first notes of K-pop Demon Hunters echoed through speakers around the world, EJA couldn't help but reflect on her journey, the years of training, the heartbreak of rejection, and the rediscovery of her passion. She remembered the little girl who had dreamed of being a singer, and in that moment, she felt a profound sense of gratitude. The success of the show was not just about the accolades. It was about honoring her past and embracing her future. In interviews, EJ often expressed her desire to connect with her fans on a deeper level. She understood that her journey resonated with many who faced their own struggles. "Good job," she would say, echoing the words she wished someone had told her during her darkest moments. It was a message of encouragement and validation, reminding listeners that their hard work and dedication would eventually pay off. As EJE's career soared with the success of K-pop Demon Hunters, the world around her continued to grapple with the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. While most artists were finding themselves sidelined, EJA's resilience shone even brighter. The pandemic had forced everyone to adapt to a new normal, and EJA was no exception. It was during this time that she discovered the power of innovation and creativity in music production. The isolation brought on by lockdowns initially felt daunting, but for EJE it became an opportunity to reimagine her approach to music. With traditional studio sessions put on hold, she turned her home into a makeshift recording studio. Armed with her computer and a mic, EJA dove deep into music production, learning the ins and outs of vocal mixing and sound engineering. She transformed her living space into a sanctuary where creativity thrived. Each day was a new chance to explore new sounds, experiment with different styles, and push the boundaries of her artistry. EJA recalls those early days of the pandemic with a mixture of nostalgia and determination. "I was alone but not lonely," she reflects. "I had my music and I poured everything I felt into it." It was a time of introspection where she could truly connect with her emotions and express them through her songs. The ability to record and produce from home allowed her to capture the raw essence of her experiences, creating music that resonated with the struggles and triumphs of others during a difficult time. As the world began to stabilize, EJA's hard work paid off. She was able to release new tracks that showcased her growth as an artist. Each song was a reflection of her journey, encapsulating the lessons learned during her time away from the spotlight. The music not only resonated with her existing fans, but also drew in new listeners who were searching for authenticity and connection in a time of uncertainty. With each release, the stories she had to tell became more impactful, resonating deeply with those who had faced their own battles. The success of K-pop Demon Hunters had opened doors, but it was her willingness to adapt that allowed her to thrive in a rapidly changing industry. EJA embraced the digital landscape, participating in virtual concerts and online fan interactions that connected her with audiences worldwide. The pandemic might have halted traditional performances, but it also paved the way for new opportunities to engage with fans in innovative ways. She found joy in connecting with her supporters through social media platforms, sharing snippets of her process, and offering glimpses into her life as an artist. As she navigated these new avenues, EJA was also mindful of the responsibility that came with her newfound platform. She understood that her voice could be a beacon of hope for those who felt lost in the chaos of the world. To her fans, she often emphasized the importance of self-compassion and perseverance. "You're doing amazing," she would remind them, echoing her own journey of resilience. It was a message that resonated deeply, especially during a time when many felt isolated and uncertain. With each passing day, EJA grew more confident in her identity as an artist. The little girl who once dreamed of stardom had transformed into a powerhouse of creativity, using her platform to inspire others. She was no longer just a singer. She was a storyteller, a mentor, and a friend to her fans. The bond she formed with her audience was built on shared experiences, and EJ cherished the connection that music had the power to create. As the world began to emerge from the shadows of the pandemic, EJA looked to the future with excitement and determination. She had learned that setbacks could lead to breakthroughs and that creativity could flourish even in the darkest of times. With her newfound wisdom, she was ready to take her career to even greater heights. The success of K-pop Demon Hunters was just the beginning. She was poised to continue telling her story and inspiring others along the way. As EJA stood on the precipice of her newfound success, she took a moment to reflect on the winding journey that had brought her to this point. The road had been anything but easy, filled with highs and lows that tested her resolve. Yet through it all, she had emerged stronger, more resilient, and deeply connected to her purpose as an artist. The challenges she faced had shaped her not only as a performer, but also as an individual. In interviews and public conversations, EJA often emphasized the importance of gratitude. She understood that her achievements were not solely a result of her hard work. They were also a reflection of the unwavering support she had received from family, friends, mentors, and, most importantly, her fans. "I owe so much to the people who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself," she shared, her voice filled with emotion. "They saw something in me that I struggled to see." The experiences of being dropped from SM Entertainment and the subsequent journey through the underground music scene had taught EJE invaluable lessons about perseverance and self-acceptance. She had learned to embrace her vulnerabilities, recognizing that they were not weaknesses but rather sources of strength. "You have to be okay with not being okay," she often advised her listeners. It was a powerful reminder that everyone faces struggles, and it's essential to acknowledge them rather than hide them away. EJ's connection with her fans became a cornerstone of her identity as an artist. She often interacted with them through social media, sharing snippets of her life, her creative process, and her thoughts on the music industry. It was important for her to foster a sense of community, where fans felt seen and heard. "I want them to know that their journey matters," she declared, underscoring her commitment to uplifting those who supported her. Sometimes you just need to hear someone say, "Good job." The overwhelming positivity and love she received from her fans served as a constant source of motivation. Each message of encouragement, each fan cover of her songs, and each shout out on social media made her feel like she was part of something bigger than herself. "It's crazy to think that I have fans," she mused, her tone a mix of disbelief and gratitude. "It's like receiving flowers from people who appreciate what you do. It's such a beautiful thing to experience." EJ's journey was not just about achieving her dreams, it was also about giving back. She often spoke about her desire to support aspiring artists who found themselves in similar situations. "If I can inspire even one person to chase their dreams, then I feel like I've done something meaningful, she expressed. With this mission in mind, she began to engage in mentorship opportunities, sharing her knowledge and experiences with young talent eager to break into the industry. As she looked toward the future, EJ's heart swelled with hope and excitement. She had come to understand that success was not merely defined by chart positions or accolades, it was about the impact she could make in the lives of others. The little girl who had once stood in her living room singing K-pop songs had transformed into a beacon of inspiration, illuminating the paths of those who dared to dream. With her sights set on new projects and collaborations, EJ was eager to continue exploring the depths of her creativity. She was determined to push boundaries, experiment with new sounds, and tell stories that resonated with her audience. The journey was far from over. It was merely the beginning of a new chapter filled with endless possibilities. As she prepared for her upcoming projects, EJ often reminded herself and her fans of the importance of cherishing each moment. Celebrate the small victories, she urged. Every step forward is a step toward your dreams. It was a mantra that resonated deeply, reminding everyone that the journey is just as significant as the destination. In closing, EJA's story serves as a powerful testament to resilience, growth, and the transformative power of music. Her journey from a hopeful trainee to a celebrated artist is not just a narrative of success. It is a reminder that dreams can be realized despite the obstacles we face. With gratitude in her heart and determination in her spirit, EJ is ready to face whatever comes next, knowing that she has the love and support of a community that believes in her. As we draw the curtains on EJ's remarkable journey, we find ourselves not just celebrating her achievements, but also reflecting on the universal themes of resilience, hope, and the power of dreams. From her early days of singing in her living room to her triumphant rise as a prominent figure in the K-pop industry, EJA's story is a testament to the belief that persistence can lead to profound transformation. Each chapter of her life has been colored with struggles and triumphs, painting a vivid picture of what it means to pursue one's passion against all odds. EJA's transition from the rigorous training halls of SM Entertainment to the vibrant underground music scene highlights the importance of adaptability and self-discovery. It teaches us that setbacks are not the end of the road. Rather, they can serve as catalysts for new beginnings. Her journey reminds us that it is okay to feel lost at times, but it is essential to find the courage to rise again. In a world that often demands perfection, EJA's willingness to embrace her imperfections and share her vulnerabilities with her fans fosters a sense of connection that transcends mere admiration. The success of K-pop Demon Hunters marked a watershed moment in her career, but what truly resonates is EJA's dedication to her craft and her commitment to uplifting others. Her mantra of celebrating small victories underscores the importance of acknowledging our progress, no matter how incremental it may seem. In a society that often fixates on grand achievements, EJ's message is a refreshing reminder that every step forward is worthy of recognition. Moreover, her relationship with her fans is a beautiful testament to the impact of community and shared experiences. The way she expresses gratitude for their support creates a bond that is both genuine and inspiring. EJA's journey shows that success is not solely measured by accolades or chart positions. It is also about the connections we forge along the way and the lives we touch through our art. Her heartfelt acknowledgement of the fans who have supported her serves as a powerful reminder that we all crave recognition and appreciation for our efforts, no matter how big or small. As EJA continues to break new ground, she embodies the spirit of innovation and creativity that defines the K-pop industry. Her willingness to explore new sounds, collaborate with diverse artists, and push the boundaries of her artistry reflects the dynamic nature of the music world. The future holds endless possibilities, and with her unwavering determination, EJA is poised to leave an indelible mark on the industry for years to come. In conclusion, EJA's journey is a celebration of dreams realized, resilience in the face of adversity, and the power of music to connect us all. As she continues to inspire others with her story, we are reminded that every dream is worth chasing, and every setback is simply a stepping stone toward a brighter future. So, whether you're an aspiring artist or someone navigating the challenges of life, remember EJA's words. You're doing amazing. Celebrate your journey and keep pushing forward. Let her story ignite the spark within you, propelling you towards your own dreams because, like EJ, you too can rise from the ashes and shine brighter than ever. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the life of EJA. For more stories that celebrate the spirit of perseverance and creativity, stay tuned to our channel. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep creating, and remember, in the world of music and beyond, the stage is always set for a new